A person is not measured by their physical strength, weight, the power of their legs and hands, their wealth, status, or money. Rather, they are measured by the heart that resides in their chest. What is in your heart? Do you love God, or do you love this world and its desires? Do you desire the hereafter, or do you desire this world? What is in the heart manifests on the tongue through remembrance of God and good speech. This is the true value of a servant in God's sight. A fat, large man may come on the day of judgment and not weigh even a mosquito's wing in God's eyes. However, a Muslim may be physically large but still obey God, maintain his prayers, and remember God constantly, making him heavy in the scales and great in God's sight. It was said about Imam Muhammad ibn al-Hassan, one of Abu Hanifa's students, that no fat person had ever benefited from his weight like Muhammad ibn al-Hassan did. Abu Huraira reported that there was a black woman who used to clean the mosque, or a young man in another narration. Hamad said, as recorded in Bukhari, that he believed it was a woman. The Prophet noticed her absence and asked about her. This woman was black, and mentioning her color here is not meant as a defect, but rather to indicate that she was among the weak Muslims, a slave with no value in people's eyes. This woman used to clean and maintain the mosque. The Prophet's concern for the weak among Muslims is evident here. When this woman was absent for a day or two, he noticed and asked about her. Today, we don't have this care. If a cleaner, servant, or guard at the mosque is absent, does anyone ask about them? No, because they have no worldly value. But we don't know what lies in their hearts between them and God. Consider how the Prophet, who was tasked with the greatest mission as the leader of this nation, still found time to ask about this woman. He didn't say he was too busy. The Prophet cared for all Muslims' affairs and was the most merciful person toward people. When they told him she had died, it affected the Prophet's heart. He said, "Why didn't you inform me?" The companions thought she had no importance, so why trouble the Prophet with her matter? She had been washed, shrouded, prayed over, and buried without the Prophet knowing. He said, "Why didn't you inform me?" As if they had diminished her importance. In Ibn Khuzaima's narration, they said she died at night, and they didn't want to wake him. They hurried with her funeral and buried her. The Prophet said, "Show me her grave." They guided him to it, and he prayed over her. This demonstrates the legitimacy of funeral prayer at the grave for someone who wanted to pray but couldn't pray over the deceased due to travel, not being informed of the death, or being busy that day. They can go to the deceased's grave and pray over them. Some scholars set time limits for this, measured in months, so the body hasn't decomposed and is still present in the grave. After praying over her, the Prophet said, "Indeed, these graves are filled with darkness for their inhabitants, and God illuminates them through my prayers over them." This hadith is agreed upon, though this particular narration is in Muslim, but not in Bukhari. Ibn Hajar explained why Bukhari didn't include this addition, stating it was inserted into this chain of narration and comes from the mursal reports of Thabit, as clarified by several of Hamad ibn Zayd's companions in the book Bayan al-Mudraj. Although it's inserted and mursal, it has supporting evidence, such as "Pray for them, for your prayer brings them peace." The Prophet said these graves are filled with darkness for their inhabitants. We ask God to illuminate our graves. The grave is humanity's destination in this world. No matter how much you enjoyed this world, built palaces, and lived in houses, tomorrow you will return to this hole, a narrow, dark, desolate pit with no companion, father, mother, or friend. Your worldly life won't benefit you. You won't take with you any dirham, building, certificate, position, reputation, kingdom, or status. Nothing will benefit you in your grave, except your righteous deeds. There, God will strengthen those who believe with the firm word in this life and the hereafter. When a Muslim is placed in his grave, 2 black and blue angels come to him asking 3 questions. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? These 3 grave questions are all about monotheism and creed. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? These are easy questions that a first-grade child could answer, but there, only those who acted upon their faith in this world will answer them. Who is your Lord? The one you used to worship, love, and obey without disobedience. But a person who didn't know his Lord in this world, who didn't know prayer or any connection with God, who was distant from prayer and mosques. How will he say, "My Lord," when he never prostrated to God, never prayed to God, never worshipped God? He was Muslim in name only. How will he say, "God is my Lord," in the grave? A Muslim who shows no traces of Islam, who doesn't know the religion of Islam, who doesn't care about Islam's pillars, who might break his fast in Ramadan, hasn't performed Hajj to God's sacred house, withholds zakat and abandons prayer. How will such a person say, "My religion is Islam," when he has destroyed Islam's pillars? A person who says in this world, "Muhammad is the messenger," but when you look at him, you can't distinguish between him and a non-believer. You can't tell if this is a Muslim or not. You don't see the Prophet's sunnah in him. You don't see the Prophet's character, qualities, and noble traits. Indeed, in the Messenger of God, you have a good example for whoever hopes in God and the last day and remembers God often. If you want God to strengthen you in these questions, you must live by them in this world through your actions and character. Then, by God's permission, He will strengthen you. The Muslim will say, "God is my Lord, Islam is my religion, and Muhammad is my prophet." A caller will announce, "He has spoken the truth, so spread for him from paradise, clothe him from paradise, and open for him a door to paradise." He will receive its fragrance and bliss, and his grave will be expanded as far as his eyes can see. God is great. He will be blessed, and his soul will be blessed in paradise. As for the disbelieving or wicked servant, he will be asked, "Who is your Lord?" He will say, I don't know." "What is your religion?" I don't know." "Who is your prophet?" I don't know." A caller will announce, "He has lied, so spread for him from hell, clothe him from hell, and open for him a door to hell." His grave will be constricted until his ribs press against each other. Thus his grave becomes, God forbid, dark, a pit from the pits of hell, God forbid. The Prophet said, "And God illuminates them through my prayers over them," meaning through my supplications for them. Pray for them, for your prayer brings them peace, meaning mercy. These supplications reach the deceased and have their effect in the intermediate life, with light in their grave, increase in their ranks, increase in their bliss in that life, or relief from punishment if they are among those being punished. We must pray for our deceased Muslim brothers and sisters, both the living and the dead. The Prophet said, "And God illuminates them through my prayers over them." This is agreed upon. We ask God to forgive us and have mercy on us. We ask Him to forgive us, our parents, and all Muslim men and women, both living and dead. All praise belongs to God, Lord of the worlds, and may God's peace and blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad and all his family and companions.